Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Greg Acton, and today we are going to be tackling the 5 financial goals you need to make in 2025. So if you are struggling with finances, want to be able to save up for that fun family vacation, want a better retirement, this is for you. Let's break it down. Before we jump into the goals, hit me up in the comment section with your financial goals for 2025. I respond to every single comment. Goal number 1 is to build an emergency fund. A good emergency fund is the foundation for your financial stability and one that people often neglect. Why is that? Because an emergency just doesn't sound fun. Let's be honest, right? Money is mostly used to have fun. It can be going on vacations, eating out on nice dinners. So saving for an emergency fund just sounds boring. But it is absolutely vital because life happens. You may run over a nail and pop your tire and have to get new tires for your car. You might have an emergency as far as a health thing that happens. You may break a bone, something like that. Your kid may break a bone. So having a good emergency fund is vital. So with this, start small. Start with $1,000. Get a $1,000 emergency fund and then build your way up to 6 months worth of living expenses. So how do you save up 6 months worth of living expenses? You start small and make it automatic. If all you can do at first is $25 a month, start there, make it automatic, and then build up over time. Now, how you can build up over time is cut back on small expenses. If you have something that is little that you keep recurring and it's not absolutely necessary, cut it out of your life and throw that into your emergency savings. Now, this could be a subscription that you don't use, or even a subscription that you use but not very often. That can save you of change. Could also be reducing the amount of times that you eat out, or reducing the amount of coffee that you go and buy, or soda. Just little things like that can make a big difference. Financial goal number 2 for 2025 should be to pay down any high interest debt. Now, I personally do not have any high interest debt, but the average credit card debt in the United States is over $7,000 in 2024. So if you have credit card debt, student loans, cars, or other high interest loans, this should be at the top of your list to tackle in 2025. And why is that? Because the more you owe on these high interest debt, the more interest you are being charged, and the more it is going to eat and eat and eat away at your savings. So focus on paying down the card or the loan that has the highest interest rate first. This is called the debt avalanche method. So the debt avalanche tackles the one with the highest interest rate, because if you can reduce that debt down, then reduce the amount of money that you are spending on interest and be able to pay down the debt quicker. Now, there is the debt snowball method. This takes paying down the smallest debt first, and it will give you a win, right? If you have a small debt and you're able to pay it off, it'll give you that win. It'll boost your endorphins, be like, man, I can do this, and it can boost your confidence. But mathematically, doing the debt avalanche, taking the highest interest first and paying that down, mathematically that'll make it so that you pay the least amount of interest over time. Either way, if you want to take the debt snowball or the debt avalanche, pick one. Start chipping away at it and get rid of that high interest debt. So simple ways to cut down on your high interest debt is look to cut expenses. If you can renegotiate your car insurance, if you can drop your phone bill, if you can cut out a subscription that you are paying for, or you can eat out less, do little things, cut out some of those expenses and pay down your high interest debt. And one of the most important ways to get out of debt is to stop adding to it. If you cannot handle paying off your credit card in full every single month, you should not have a credit card. You need to cut that thing up and start using cash or a debit card exclusively. So I do not run a balance. I pay off my credit card every single month in full. So right now, my monthly credit card, the last statement that I have is $5,331. And I don't know the interest rate for sure because I don't ever have to pay the interest because I pay it off. But assuming it's like most credit cards, it's going to be about 20%. My minimum payment is $53, and that is all that they are requiring me to pay on the credit card. If I just did the minimum payment, I would not be making a dent in that credit card bill. I would just barely be paying a tiny amount, which is funny. The minimum payment doesn't even cover the interest that I would be charged the next month. So over here, if I have $5,331 and I'm getting paid or charged 20% interest annually, that is $1,000.66. So take that divided by 12, $88 a month in interest charges. So my minimum payment, $53, isn't even covering that. That means my debt is going to grow over time. It's not even going to shrink if I make the minimum payment. So do not make the minimum payment. You need to make more and get out of credit card debt as soon as possible. Financial goal number 3 that focus on in 2025 is to increase your income. Dave Ramsey says it best, your greatest wealth building tool is your income. I know that increasing your income sounds like a dream, but it doesn't have to be as daunting as that. It doesn't have to be as scary. You can do simple things. Like you could go to your boss and ask for a raise. If you're good at your job and you've been there for a while, approach your boss and ask for an increase. You could pivot. You can jump to a new employer. You could add to your skill set to make you more valuable in the workplace. You could ask for an increase in responsibilities. Do something that is going to propel your career forward and increase your income. Do not be afraid to ask for a raise at your job. The worst that they can say is no. And I personally have found that the best way to get a raise is to couple your question for a raise with an increase in responsibility. So go to your boss and say, look, I want to do more for this company. I want to have an increase in my wage, but give me some responsibilities. How can I take things off of your plate? Make it a win for them as well so that they don't just see, oh, this is more money out of my pocket, but take time, take some of their stuff, give them some freedom, give your boss extra time, and you'll be able to get that raise and also propel your career forward and learn at the same time. Financial goal number 4 in 2025 that everyone should do is either to start or increase your investing for retirement. Retirement might feel a long ways away for some people, but trust me, the earlier you start and the more that you invest now, the more powerful compound interest becomes. So if you're just starting, start small. If you're employed and your company offers a 401k, especially if they offer a 401k match, take advantage of that 401k. Roth IRAs are also a game changer. I love them. That's what I'm currently investing in. It's a great way to build tax-free wealth. Now you need to make it automatic, whether that's automatically withdrawn from your check or as soon as you get your payday and you get your money, you automatically have it transferred out of your checking account into your investment account or your savings account. Now, if you're doing it for retirement, you need to have an investment account. If you're working on that goal number 1 of having an emergency, then put it into a high interest savings account. Making your savings and your investing automatic is so important. You cannot think to yourself, I am going to wait until the end of the month and any money that I have left over, I am going to invest, because you are most likely going to get to the end of the month and notice that you have no money. Do not do that. Pay yourself first by automatically investing and then figure out the expenses after that. Now, I've shown this before, but I think it is a game changer. So this is if you started investing now, you have $0 invested and you're going to invest for the next 30 years at a 10% rate of return, which is average for the S&P 500, and you're going to throw in $500 a month. If you do this, your ending balance is $1 million and your total contributions are $180,000. I'm showing you this because let's say you waited for 15 years and you said, you know what, I'm not going to invest for 15 years, but then I'm going to invest and I'm going to increase my monthly contribution to $1,000. So starting point 0, you're doing it for 15 years, you're going to put $1,000 a month. Your ending balance is $400,000. Now look, total contributions, $180,000. That is the exact same as if I was doing $500 a month for 30 years. So I'm contributing the same amount of money, but my ending balance is significantly different. More than double if you just start early. So if you have not started investing, start investing today. And if you are, look at ways that you can increase your monthly contribution. Financial goal number 5 for 2025 is build multiple income streams. The average millionaire has 7 different income streams. So if you are relying on one source of income, not only risky just in case you lose your job or you aren't able to go, it is just not a great way to build wealth. It's going to be much slower than if you had multiple streams of income now, especially if you can get those passive income streams. So diversify. Look into dividend paying stocks. You could start a blog or a YouTube channel. Now those ones aren't as passive, take a ton of work, but it's another thing that you can do. You could explore real estate. I know that's where I started. I started getting passive income streams from investing in real estate. Now, take small steps. Start with low investment options like investing into your 401k or your retirement account, into dividend stocks. You could freelance on the side. If you have your job and you're good at it, go find work on the side and start earning a little bit of extra cash. The great thing about adding income streams is once you add one, it's so much easier to just keep adding more income streams. So take all of that money that you have from those extra income streams, you can take that and invest into another one. It just can compound so quickly. So there you have it. Those are the 5 financial goals that everyone should focus on. Now, if you've already got some of these accomplished, kudos to you. But obviously, we can always up our game financially. And if you guys have any comments or any questions, please hit me up in the comment section. I'd love to answer them. Like I said before, I respond to every single comment. Remember that consistency is key, and by taking action now, you'll be setting yourself up for a fantastic financial future. Thanks for watching. Talk to you guys next time.